Welcome back to the Footnotes to PBC, Episode 2. I'm Drew Carrick, the rapping CPA, and I was technical advisor on the show. So I got to be on set contributing my accounting experience from public, from private. That way we could pull on the real experiences that so many of us accountants can relate to. So let's get into watching Episode 2.
Excel is dead. Welcome to the future of web forms.
First of all, I got to point out, what a great looking sales guy in the back, right?
Product is transformational. Not only will it elevate your company, it will elevate your life.
If you'll just direct your attention to the screen, whoop, there it is.
So a lot of the times, sales reps can't get meetings with the CFO of a company or even the controller of a company to actually solicit their product. So instead, they would come to us, low-level folks at a company, and say, hey, I have this great product. You should buy it. I would love to buy your product, even if it was phenomenal. Sure, great. I actually don't have any authorization to buy it, and I get these emails all the time. Hey, let's circle back. I got news for you. I'm not gonna circle back.
Here's a fun fact. No accountant ever grew up wanting to be an accountant.
I actually know somebody who grew up wanting to be an accountant. His parents recorded before kindergarten, what do you want to be when you grow up? And of course, in his little baby voice, he says, an accountant. That is the only time I have ever heard of somebody actually wanting to be an accountant. He is living his dream. The rest of us sort of settled.
Also, we have no authorization to buy accounting software. This is an AI company, and I don't even know what we make here. I think it's robots.
There's a stigma that accountants just have no idea what the company that they work for actually is doing. Like, they're strictly in the back doing the books. For me, that was one of my favorite things about working in audit. I enjoyed the aspect of diving deep into a company, learning the ins and outs of that industry, of that business.
No one in this room should be talking at all. Well, except for the sales engineer. Yeah, I know about you. I know all you do.
Sales reps don't actually know what the product is that they're selling. You have, of course, a sales engineer who's the guy who's actually involved in the building of the product. He's the only one that actually has any idea of what the product actually is for.
I don't know why everyone is so worried. I mean, all auditors do is come in and double check your work. What's the big deal? Most auditors are like 22 and don't even know what they're doing.
This is a really sad sort of truth about the auditing profession in general. You come fresh out of college, you've never booked a journal entry, you've never actually been in an accounting department, and you're questioning people who have probably done this job for 20 years.
Here comes Shackleford Barrington IV. Claims to be studying for the CPA, but let's be honest, kids, he's never passed the test his daddy didn't hire a private proctor for. He's the way out.
Way out?
Worst auditor of all time.
Acronyms are one of those things that accountants just love doing. So SALLY, of course, is the most common one, same as last year, which is the strategy for how you basically get through every engagement that you work on. Feel free to expand that to the broader horizon for any of you non-accountants out there. What should we do? SALLY, same as last year.
And there's Lindsay, the star player of Anderson & Cooper, former president of Beta Alpha Psi, averaged a 97 on the CPA. Yeah, she's a wicked tough auditor, and she takes the concept of professional skepticism way too seriously.
Professional skepticism is actually a term that we use all the time in public accounting, and you're trained to be professionally skeptic. You want to believe, of course, that the client's telling the truth, but you have to be, as a professional who works as an auditor, naturally skeptical of whether or not it's true. That's why we as auditors would ask for evidence. You ask for proof, you ask for supporting documentation.
There it is.
Oh.
Feast your eyes.
This is the whole room?
Smells like success, doesn't it?
Now, this audit room is 1000% giving every auditor PTSD. And one time I actually worked in a boiler room. They didn't even know I was coming to do this audit. It was a CFR audit. And they're like, all right, well, we'll just throw you back here for now.
I mean, sure, it's a higher salary, less hours, equity in a profitable company. I could probably buy a house, but I've got a house. It's my mom's house. I have a bed. It's a twin bed that I share with 6 cats. A bed is a bed, a house is a house, and I am living the dream.
This is such a common question that comes up. Why haven't you gone private yet? Especially because people in accounting are always talking about how miserable they are. There's this sort of comfort in knowing that everything is black and white. There's this set ladder. You know when you're gonna get your promotion. You know typically what the range is. As long as you get your head down, do your work, you're gonna get a certain bonus, a certain percentage raise. As much as I hate it and as much as I want to do something else, I can't bring myself to actually do it. We all know it, Jamie.
This is war, Sarah.
It's not a big deal. I'll take care of it.
Oh, come on. I don't mean to be that guy right now, but get the grass out of your teeth. Don't be such a sheep. You know what I'm saying? We don't have to just submit to every little request that they give us.
Yes, we do. This is an audit.
This defines literally the two types of accountants out there. You have the one who's trying to get the job done and just do the work, and then you have the one who's in private who is not trying to do any work whatsoever and just make it miserable. An audit is already miserable enough as it is, and the only thing to make it even more miserable is to make it difficult. So for the non-accountants out there, what is the purpose of an audit? The goal is to just make sure that they're not lying about how much money they're making, how much their expenses are so that they can't cheat on taxes, and making sure that they're following the rules according to GAAP, like we talked about in episode 1. How would we get support? How would we get the assurance we need to know that the numbers that are being presented are correct? Confirmations. If you tell me you have $100,000 in the bank, as a professional skeptic, I would be like, prove it to me. I'll actually send a confirmation directly to the bank and say, hey, these people said I can look at their bank account. Can you please confirm that this is the amount that they have in there?
Donut day, man. You want some? There's a bunch right here. Free donuts.
Donut day. Okie dokie. Don't mind if I do not. It's not a big deal.
A lot of the times when you go to a client, they have all these really cool office perks that as a third party, you're not typically entitled. So pizza day or bagel day or it's somebody's birthday, they come over, they bring you a slice of cake, whatever it is. In accounting, we're known for really going in on lunches. Lunch is literally your highlight. I remember somebody who tried to be super healthy and they went with the vegetables and they tried to do that for a week and he's like, after 3 days, I couldn't do it anymore because I realized that the only thing I looked forward to each day was some sort of delicious, fatty lunch meal.
Invoice, huh? I got your invoice request, Shaq.
Nothing to do with accounting, but the fact that he's pulling out a wrench in order to adjust the temperature, which is just so unnecessary, is just a funny thing to call out.
Hi. Sorry to bother. The audit team is requesting an invoice I can't seem to find. Invoice number 2543.
Who?
The audit team, specifically Shaq.
Oh, that delightful ogre. I'll handle it. Thank you, Sarah.
Are you sure? I can totally assist you.
Sarah, do I look incapable to you? No. Do I? I didn't think so. All right, well, thank you. Go along, do whatever you need to do in that awful dress.
Oh.
Okay. Yes, lovely, okay. Great.
You can almost feel the cringiness of this. It's just, I'm somebody who still has that sort of accountant personality, and I just don't like dealing with that sort of confrontation and having a manager you're just trying to please them. You gotta feel bad for Sarah here.
Hi!
Oh, my Lenovo!
I know personally, when I started working in production, I was, given a MacBook and I said, no, I want the Lenovo because as an accountant, there's something about working on a Lenovo, on having a Windows, using the Excel shortcuts that all of us accountants 100% appreciate. So for all the non-accountants out there, like Lenovo is like a really big to-do for accountants.
I've been staring at fixed assets for 15 minutes and I already found 3 f-ups. So you know what? I'm gonna send over 30 more requests and I'm gonna need those by 8:30 a.m. from Hunter to stay on track, okay? Capiche?
As auditors, we did not want to try to find any more issues. One of the time I actually showed up to a client and they had a post-it note on the top that said, make sure there's 2 signatures on all of these for the audit. And it was very obvious that basically they went through the support that I had requested first to make sure that it met the criteria that they knew. I almost appreciated that because the fact that everything was checked off and done meant that in my testing and reviewing of it, everything actually looked as it was supposed to, which means I didn't have to do additional testing. The last thing that I ever wanted as an auditor was to see something that got messed up, because all that meant is I have more work to do. Thanks for watching the Footnotes to PBC. If you haven't seen the full series already, go check it out over here. And also like and subscribe so you can stay up to date with all of our awesome accounting content. As always, stay footed.